Hey guys, welcome back to some AFK Arena. Today we're over on our test account and the patch is up, which means we get our new Greyborn hero. Let's run through these skills and abilities, see exactly what he's going to be all about. Now, overall, I seen the quick kind of snip of him, and it is Bron. You can see he is carrying the weight of that tombstone right there. He does have a pretty cool spear. So design-wise, he looks very, very cool, and he's a warrior, so very interesting kind of build in that. And he's a buffer. So again, it seems like it's going to be interesting to see. Let's run through these skills and abilities and see exactly how he works. So the Wandering Reaper, this is the ultimate skill. So once the battle begins, Bronn steadily advances towards the edge of the battlefield. Now he goes to the enemy side, so similar to like what we have with Joan of Arc, where she runs over there. Impervious to knockbacks. Along the way, he deals normal attacks to any obstructing foes upon reaching the edge. So once he gets there, he turns around, stops moving, during which he is invincible and untargetable. Normal attacks then shift to range attack, dealing damage for 200% of his attack rating to enemies in his path. Bron cannot unleash his ultimate before reaching the edge of the battlefield, and each fallen allied hero slows his movement speed by 10%. You have to make sure that nobody dies during this time. When Bron triggers his ultimate, he releases nefarious souls from his tombstone, dealing enemy heroes for 250% of the attack rating and terrifying them for 2 seconds, all while he is immune to control effects. So pretty cool, but I don't like the either or, because if you don't have the ability to get him there, the ultimate ability is not going to work. But we're going to have to see exactly how this looks. Level 2, Bron grants allied heroes 250 dodge points and 100 magic suppression points until he reaches the end of the battlefield. That's a pretty heavy dodge and magic suppression right there. Upon reaching the edge of the battlefield, Bron can immediately unleash his ultimate without consuming energy. So very cool again, as long as we can get him there. And I'm wondering exactly how slow he moves over there, but we're going to have to check that out. The Dire Echo. Bron's normal attacks are enchanted before he reaches the edge of the battlefield. Each hit deals damage for 200% of the attack rating, knocks back enemies on both sides, stunning them for 2 seconds. Upon reaching the edge of the battlefield, range attack inflicted deal more damage the further they travel, maxing out at 50%. Okay, pretty cool. When the same enemies hero block his path, Bron blow hit 15% harder with each strike, so he's going to be doing more damage. When the same enemy, it hits 35% up to 300. Upon breaching the enemy side, his attacks inflict more damage the farther they travel, up to 70. So he's going to get a pretty big damage buff with Dire Echo. Shadow's Embrace. Once Bron reaches the edge of the battlefield, so this is when he's already there, he empowers all surviving allies, including himself, with Spectral Force, enchanting their damage output by 30% until the battle ends. He's immune to control effects while the skill activates. The more allied enemies still standing, the greater the damage increase, up to 50%. Now that's going to be huge. And I'm thinking like on boss modes and boss battles, that is going to be really, really big as a buffer. When dealing damage, allied heroes who acquire Spectral Force will unleash additional damage for 150% of the attack rating. When dealing damage, it goes to 200% of the attack rating. Before reaching the edge of the battlefield, each instance of damage taken by Bron won't exceed 15% of his max health. That ensures a little bit more that he's going to be able to get to that backside of the battlefield. Then the Soul Devourer's Pack. Before reaching the edge of the battlefield, again, this is before he gets there, and turning around, Bron inflicts health loss on all enemy heroes every 3 seconds, dealing damage for 250% of the attack rating, while healing an ally heroes for 20% of the total health loss. So very cool right there. When an enemy dies, Bron absorbs their soul, permanently boosting attack rating and defense rating up to 3 times. When an enemy dies, it goes to 15 and 15 4 times, while granting allies Spectral Force. Each absorbed soul further enchants the boost effect by 5% and permanently increases physical pierce and magical pierce by 8 points, stacking 5 times. Wow, that's a 40-point boost right there. He is a major, major buffer. This is the Tombstone Dirge. Before reaching the edge of the battlefield, Bron gains 15 points of armor, which doubles when his health drops below 40. There we go. So I'm thinking even collectionability, putting armor on him, that could be kind of crazy to double the armor build. For reaching the edge, he gains 20 points of armor when he hits 50%. For breaching the enemy side, each time Bron damages the same enemy blocking his path, subsequent attacks are weakened for 5 seconds, reducing their damage by 25%. Before reaching the edge of the battlefield, each time Bron damages the same enemy blocking the path, any of the subsequent subsequent attacks against all allies are weakened for 5 seconds, reducing their damage by 25%. And then, of course, the plus 40 signature item. Before reaching the edge of the battlefield, upon taking fatal damage the first time, he will become invincible and untargetable. That almost guarantees that he is going to make it to that enemy side. Then we stack his furniture on there. On reaching the edge of the battlefield, he gains 20 points of buffer, which doubles when his health drops below 50%. On reaching the edge of the battlefield and casting Shadow Embrace, after 8 seconds, if there are fewer than 2 allies remaining, he dispels most debuffs from all surviving allies. Damage taken is reduced by 30% and gains 20 points of buffer. Wow. So buffer, armor, erosion. We could see a big build with him. But let's see what he looks like in here. Now remember, the whole point of this guy is the fight to get to that enemy side. He comes out. Look how slow he goes through. All right, he's going straight. He's going straight. Boom. Knocks down an enemy. All right, so he hits the enemy side, turns around. There's the ultimate. Wow. So he just stays there. Look at that. That is crazy. Really cool. Let's see him when he got some opponents in front of him. And I'm wondering because they just started him in the back. So if we put him in the front and he's just going to be pushing around some heroes here. I'm also wondering if we could get him like out of the way, like right here with like an Iran. If he pulls everyone in, he'll literally just go to the side is what I'm kind of thinking here. Let's put some buffers in here. And I'm wondering if that is going to be the case. He comes out, boom, pulls everyone over. See, look how slow that is, though. So he could get stuck on some enemies, but look, oh, Walker walked right in his way. There we go. He turns right around. And by the time he got there, everyone was dead. They really can't see his damage. Oh, look at that, though. 7.66 billion damage just going over there. I want to try that one more time. So Iran did move a couple heroes out of his way. I'm wondering if he can just run kind of lesser heroes in here. So we got some tank in there. Boom. There we go. We pulled everyone together, which again, I want to do the opposite of kind of putting everyone together. There we go. We got the shield, and he's not even going to be able to get to that side. Those normal attacks. He literally just kind of train wrecked everyone through there. 6.35 million. So very cool. Very cool. So it seems like you're going to have to get him there pretty quick to make this work. All right, guys. So that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.